take on DePaul in an all-access pass with Melvin Buckley before the Valentine's Day shootout with Syracuse. All that coming up on the Robert McCullum Show. Thanks for joining us once again this week to talk USF Bulls basketball. I'm Jim Lighthall, along with the head coach Robert McCullum, and late February means it's time to start getting down to the nitty-gritty in college basketball, so we'll take a look back at the Bulls' only game this week. That was a Saturday night showdown with the DePaul Blue Demons. And, Coach, seems like all the teams around the country at this point have about 25 games under their belt, but we really start seeing things magnified here at the end of the season.
Well, we really do, and in more ways than one. Of course, each situation, each conference is a little bit different from the other, and because only 12 of our 16 teams get invited to the conference tournament, it takes on an entirely different meaning. So with 3 games left to play, we're in a situation, quite frankly, where we have to win all 3 games to at least have a chance, and even winning all 3 would not guarantee that we would advance to New York. And then, of course, you have teams that are fighting to position themselves to get a higher seed in the conference tournament for NCAA berth, or even to come up with a winning record, and which will allow them the strength of their conference schedule to position themselves for NIT bid. So much is riding on the outcome as we head into the last 2 weeks of regular season play. And then there's just another scenario as well. There's a group of teams where we'd like to finish the season with just at least 500 or with a winning record. So there's still much to play for teams across the country, and most teams will fall into one of those categories.
All right, it's going to be a lot of fun the final 3 weeks of the regular season. Time to take a look at all of the action coming up. We'll lead off with the highlights from the first half of the DePaul game. That's when we come back.
I describe myself as well-rounded. I'm passionate about long walks on the beach, movies. I love working out. Basically, I'm looking to find a perfect 10. Someone just like me.
The Florida Lottery just made Fantasy 5 and Easy Match better together than ever. For a limited time only, there are $1,000 top prizes and double the number of $100 winners.
I always knew I'd meet a winner.
It's the world's greatest garage sale, and it's going on now at Kane's Furniture. It's the ultimate bargain hunter's prize. $40 million of quality furniture at unheard-of clearance prices. Floor samples, one-of-a-kinds, overstocks, and more. All with 0 money down, 0 monthly payments, 0 interest till 2009. Hurry before the best stuff is gone. Hurry to Kane's. The world's greatest garage sale ends Monday. Biggest selection, lowest prices. Kane's.
Okay, see you later.
Your world of music, now by the sink, and get one free. Singular is now the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
The Robert McCullum Show is presented by Kane's and Save On Furniture, and brought to you in part by CGM Services, Singular Wireless, Coca-Cola, Dodge, Kirby's Menswear, Likes Insurance, and by the St. Petersburg Times.
All right, Coach, time for the Singular Wireless fan question of the week. How many teams from the Big East do you think are going to make it into the NCAA tournament in March? That's courtesy of Steve in Tampa. What do you think, Coach?
Very good question by Steve, and Steve's asking a question that fans and coaches and sports reporters and writers across the country are pondering about. And it's a topic that's going to be as hot of a topic as there is in the country relative to college basketball. And I'd say right now, at least 6. I think 6 is a realistic number, and of course, depending on if one of the surprise teams, a team, say, other than a Pitt or Georgetown, were to step up and win the conference tournament, you could possibly see a 7th.
Kind of a quirk in the Big East schedule, but it ends up putting USF and DePaul in the same gym twice over a 2-week span. The Bulls were the hosts in the first meeting last Saturday night, so let's take a look at the first half highlights. And, Coach, this was a game that DePaul comes into town awfully athletic, but, boy, did you guys come right at it.
Well, that was sort of a response to a great play in transition by them, and that was a big concern, their athleticism.
McCullum, obviously, with a dunk early. You had to have him on the floor. He's been in foul trouble a little bit over the last couple of weeks, but his ability to get down low and Kentrell Gransberry's ability to get some offensive rebounds early in this game, I thought really set the tone for you guys.
Well, it's just one of his strengths. Of course, anytime he gets that close to the basket, he's a threat to get offensive rebounds.
Musaka came right in, gave you some quality minutes off the bench, and the freshman continues to mature. Tell me what you expected out of DePaul. You know, they have so many athletic players, but yet they're big as well.
They really are. We were concerned about the ability to break us down off the dribble. We're concerned about their transition game, and we just had stretches there where we just it's too talented and too deep for you to go 4 or 5 consecutive possessions without getting anything on offense.
Big tip in right there out of McCullum at the tail end of the first half. You guys are only down 3. I love what you guys had done on DePaul's leading scorer, Wilson Chandler. He got into foul trouble, only had 2 points at the half.
Well, we felt very fortunate when a player of that caliber is held to 2 points. Of course, foul trouble had a lot to do with it, as it did it affected Kentrell Gransberry. But it speaks to the number of weapons and the depth that DePaul has, being able to overcome Wilson Chandler's early foul trouble.
Very entertaining first 20 minutes at the Sun Dome, but the Bulls are right there within striking distance at the intermission. We'll find out how things shook down at the Dome over the final 20 minutes when we come back.
Dodge Caliber's versatility and great gas mileage make it perfect for a road trip. All the right features make it even better.
Now, Tampa Bay's favorite newspaper makes it easier to be in the know. More colorful, streamlined pages get you quickly to your favorite news and features, and new Sunday sections about the Bucs, the workplace, and travel, books, and the arts. It's everything you'd expect from one of America's 10 best newspapers, designed with you in mind. To subscribe, log on to TampaBay.com or call 1-877-THE-TIMES.
When it's time to cool off the competition, the USF Bulls rely on CGM Services Air Conditioning and Heating. Call CGM Services today and ask about the Carrier Infinity System, the world's best air conditioning system. The Infinity System takes indoor comfort to a new performance level. So when you want quality service and long-lasting Carrier products, be cool like a bull and turn to the experts. Call Mike Charles or another CGM teammate at 813-AIR-COOL. CGM Services, proud sponsor of USF Athletics.
Welcome back. I'm Jim Lighthall, along with the head coach Robert McCullum, and we've already covered the first half highlights of the Bulls and the DePaul Blue Demons from last Saturday. USF trailed 29-26 at the half, but with a crowd of about 5,000 in attendance, they had every opportunity, the Bulls, to come out and try to cut into that deficit. So let's take a look at the second half highlights. Coach, you got that little lift from McCullum at the tail end of the first half, and it gave you a spark going into the second half.
Well, it really did. We were very fortunate to only be down 3 points at halftime and come out execute well to start the second half.
Sure did. Melvin Buckley getting an early bucket right there. Nice inbounds play to McHugh Mattis, who always seems to shake free on that little out of bounds underneath the basket. And again, Zeron Can has given you some good minutes.
Well, he really has. I'm so happy to see him just playing his second game of the 06-07 season.
Defensively, it really wasn't the problem in the first 20 minutes, although DePaul started to figure some things out in the second half on you.
Well, they did, and again, it just speaks to the overall level of talent and experience that they have.
This game was similar to the Syracuse game where it was nip and tuck, but a close ball game. Obviously, you take the lead right there and control Gransberry's bucket, but things started to get away from you offensively. The turnovers again in the second half hurt.
They really did. We had a stretch there in a 6-minute period. We went from up 1 point, 38-37, to down 8 or 9. We turned the ball over 7 times in a 6-minute stretch.
I know getting out in transition was difficult. I know you wanted a foul right there on Kentrell Gransberry, and that was a key play in the game because DePaul came right back and scored on that play.
That was the key play. That Kentrell's basket tied it, and weak side help didn't rotate to take away the same opportunity by Wesley Green. That was a disappointing defensive possession. You gotten it down to 5, and then DePaul started to pull away here at the very end. There's your shaking hands with Jerry Wainwright, a pretty good coach in his own right. And his DePaul Blue Demons win this one 75-62. You win the rebounding war 33-27. Look at the free throw percentages for both teams, and the points in the paint were a complete push. Both teams shooting it very well from the line in a very tightly officiated game. It was.
Let's just leave it at that, right?
Well, and as you look at the stats, you see so many similarities there, but the one glaring difference was we turned the ball over 19 times to their 11. And therein lies the difference in the ball game.
They have a lot of guys that played 100 games or so in their college career, made a difference down the stretch. Well, USF Basketball Infirmary busy again this offseason, and one of those guys was a freshman with a ton of promise. You haven't seen Dante Curry in game action yet, but you will. We'll meet him when we come back.
We're proud of the leadership roles our folks take outside of the workplace. You do make this a better place to live in. You won't get a gold watch or a big check. You will get our sincere thanks. Likes Insurance. We leave nothing to chance.
Okay, see you later.
Your world of music, now by the sink, and get one free. Singular is now the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Hello? It's for you.
No crystal balls, no tarot cards or tea leaves. Just incredibly bright, well-trained people who like what they do. That's what gives us vision. Likes Insurance. We leave nothing to chance.
September 11th is a date that sticks in the minds of Americans everywhere, and it's one that USF's Dante Curry isn't going to forget anytime soon either. September 11th, 2006, the talented guard from Kissimmee blew out his Achilles and saw his season end before it even started. He's an outstanding player and a very humble young man as well. Let's meet the freshman.
This week's Player's Profile is brought to you by the St. Petersburg Times.
It's been real tough not playing this year, because I really wanted to play, but I know I see some things, I go out there and do them and make some things happen sometimes, but it's been a learning experience at the same time. So I know, like, what to do for next year when I play.
After suffering a season-ending injury to his Achilles, freshman guard Dante Curry has spent his first year on campus getting acclimated to school and a busy life that includes intense rehab sessions.
Wake up, go to practice, go to class, then go to practice. While they practice and do rehab, but sometimes I like jumping in drills if not too much for my Achilles or whatever. Then after that, lift weights and go home and rest and do it again next day.
Dante looks to rebound from his injury and will have 4 years of eligibility for the Bulls starting next season. He says being away from the basketball court is tough, but something he has experienced in the past.
In middle school, I broke my wrist, so I had to sit out my 8th grade year. Then high school, I broke my hand, so I had to sit out my sophomore year. But now in college, I tore my Achilles, so I sit out this year. So I'm glad it happened early, so I don't have to miss a year of basketball, and I get 4 years still to play.
Dante caught Coach McCullum's eyes with a standout prep career at Point Siena High School in Kissimmee. He left as the school's all-time leading scorer, and he's proud to be playing in the Big East.
They noticed me before anybody else noticed me. So that's really caught my attention. And I like his coaching style.
Well, that young man has worked very hard this season, Coach, and tell us what we can expect when we finally see Dante on the floor next year.
As fans have come to know our freshman class, Solomon Bozeman, Musaka, and of course with 2 redshirt freshmen that fall into that class, Zeron Can and Chris Howard. But of the group, Dante Curry is clearly the most athletic. And Musaka's a pretty good athlete in his own right, but you talk about an explosive leaper and a player that can create his own shot, very good in transition, and probably the best passer of the freshmen there. And so it's that athleticism that we really look forward to adding to our program, and perhaps the biggest transition to Dante playing and being an integral part of what we'll try to do next season is getting stronger. That's just the one thing that stands in his way, because he can really score the basketball. He's a very exciting player in transition.
Your eyes are lighting up talking about Dante Curry. Hey, you're going to want to stay with us through the break because we've got a really neat feature coming up. We sent a camera out to follow senior Melvin Buckley around before the Syracuse game, and Coach McCullum green-lighted an all-access pass for the fans. All that when we come back.
I describe myself as well-rounded. I'm passionate about long walks on the beach, movies. I love working out. Basically, I'm looking to find a perfect 10. Someone just like me.
The Florida Lottery just made Fantasy 5 and Easy Match better together than ever. For a limited time only, there are $1,000 top prizes and double the number of $100 winners.
I always knew I'd need a winner.
Dodge Caliber's versatility and great gas mileage make it perfect for a road trip. All the right features make it even better.
We teased this going into the break, but this is a real treat. If you've ever wanted to live the life of a Division I college basketball player, this is your chance. Well, we shadowed Melvin Buckley, and we get a glimpse as to what his life is like in and around game time. So let's go behind the scenes with Melvin Buckley.
Here's this week's Coach's Corner.
All right, you ready? All right. Gotta grab the book bag, baby. Get ready for another day. Think we good? We good. Turn the lights out. None of my roommates want to turn the lights out. You know, we got to save energy around here. You know what I mean? So, let's get it on, man. Everybody sees you on the floor. You got the lights on and everything, and people are like, oh, they have fun. Well, you know, we have our fun, you know, but most of the time, you know, the day is hectic, man. Hopefully everything is going to go right tonight and we can come away with the W. This campus is beautiful. One of the main attractions really that got me, you know, to come here really, you know what I'm saying? It's just a great campus to be on, you know. I can't complain. I mean, beautiful people, man. Everybody is here just, you know, ready to, you know, have fun, go to school, get their academics. You know, I'm ready to show the world because ain't no, you know, nobody in my family got one of these yet. And I just picked mine up. So, you know, I'm proud of that. Thanks for Coach McCullum and the coaching staff that gave me the opportunity to get this. This is where all of my classes are. Cooper Hall. You know, I'm an English major, so I got my degree in. That's why I'm gonna get my master's in maybe one day, hopefully. How y'all doing? Pretty good, pretty good. Y'all coming to the game, right? That's what I'm talking about. Headed to the next class. All right, man. Just got finished with first one, man. On my way to the next spot. Let's get it going and cracking. Done with classes, baby. Gotta go to the gym now, man. Get the workout on. Let's do it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. This is where it all go down, man. Number 3, Chi-Town. Holla at your boy. This is my little man's right here. This my little man's right here, roommate. Shoot around really for me is I don't really focus on hitting shots, missing shots. I just focus on getting my stroke right. I don't answer my phone. I don't text anybody. Everybody knows about 3 o'clock. Buck is done for the day. After shoot around, usually we go to pregame meal. Pregame meal is usually given to us by either Carrabba's or Outbacks. Today we had somebody specially cater it. It was really good too, you know. I was feeling the chicken. I'm a chicken man myself. We're in the locker room now. It's about 2-3 hours before the game. This is where I come and get my focus on, man. You see, I got my iPod with me. About to put Freddie Hammond on. Listen to some Freddie. That's some gospel music for y'all who don't know. I'm ready to play. Hope Syracuse ready. I'm ready.
Hey, let's get off to a great start. One possession at a time. Take a moment. Let's go. Come on. Take the play with us. Let's go. Get it, baby. Let's get it.
Buckley right side catch. Firing for 3. It's gone. Bullseye, Melvin Buckley. The Bulls' best three-point shooter. Rips that one and cuts the lead to 1.
Team that's got size and the kind of shooting that those guys have and experience, you know, it doesn't take much. Every possession is precious, it's valuable. You know, we didn't play like that. I wish it could have been a different outcome, but appreciate you being with us all day anyway. Okay.
Team on 3. 1, 2, 3, team.
We'll see, you know, we'll see. We got to bounce back. Come to work tomorrow and Friday and Saturday. Got a very, very talented DePaul team, and when they show up to play, they can really play with the best of the nation. They've proved that already. So, you know, we got to come ready to play, bring our A game. Go see the family. This is my Valentine right here. This is my mama. This is my pops, Chicago.
What's happening? What's happening?
Got to say what's up to the family. Took a tough loss, but that's all right. You know, we'll get them next time. But that's the day of life in a college basketball player, Division I, man. So, see y'all later.
Coach, I know you have boosters go on the road, on trips, and ride the team bus, stay in the team hotel. It doesn't get any closer than what we just saw right there.
No, that's you're absolutely right. And Melvin Buckley is just an outstanding young man, and his parents have done a great job the way he's been raised. And he is a player. I don't know if he's been late for anything, a single time since in the almost 3 years that he's been here. And as he indicated, he proudly showed his degree, which he's extremely proud of, and he's just added so much to not only to the basketball program but to the university, just in the manner in which he represents us both on and off the floor.
Looks just like his daddy, too, that's
Yes,
for sure.
yes.
All right, back to business at hand, and let's talk about playing basketball games. The Green and Gold have just 3 games left in the regular season. It continues on Saturday night in New Jersey when they face the Seton Hall Pirates. We'll have a preview coming up.
Business is in a hurry these days, and we're no different. That's why we've changed the word responsive to rapidly responsive. Like's Insurance. We leave nothing to chance.
Hello? Speed?
Now, Tampa Bay's favorite newspaper makes it easier to be in the know. More colorful, streamlined pages get you quickly to your favorite news and features, and new Sunday sections about the Bucs, the workplace, and travel, books, and the arts. It's everything you'd expect from one of America's 10 best newspapers, designed with you in mind. To subscribe, log on to TampaBay.com or call 1-877-THE-TIMES.
The ability to know it all without being a know-it-all. That's real knowledge, and that's us. Like's Insurance. We leave nothing to chance.
The Robert McCullum Show has been presented by Canes and Save on Furniture and brought to you in part by CGM Services, Singular Wireless, Coca-Cola, Dodge, Kirby's Menswear, Like's Insurance, and by the St. Petersburg Times.
As we look at those Big East standings, Coach, 2 teams right there in the fight to get to Madison Square Garden. We're talking about Seton Hall. They're next on the schedule as you make the trip into chilly South Orange, New Jersey. Continental Airlines Arena will be the site for Saturday night's game against the Pirates.
The Scouting Report is brought to you by Dodge.
Well, Coach, this is a team that's really struggled to find wins over the last month or so.
Well, they have, and they're a team that will sort of give us a style that perhaps we haven't seen very much in terms of their press, full court after every possession, perhaps even more so than what we saw from a Louisville team. And then they'll give you different looks in the full court press. They play both man-to-man with a lot of zone in the half court. And new coaching staff led by Bobby Gonzalez, who did an outstanding job for a number of years at Manhattan College in New York. But this Seton Hall team, different style than what we saw last year. They were one of the surprise teams in the league last year, but yet more emphasis on full court play, more emphasis on trapping. So taking care of the basketball becomes a #1 priority against a team that really looks to force turnovers. They have a player in Paul Gall, a sophomore, that has recorded as many steals himself as most teams, as their opponents have. So this tells you how good of a player he is defensively, and just how much of a priority to taking care of the basketball against the various forms of defensive pressure that we'll face from Seton Hall.
2 meetings last year. They both came right down to the wire. Should be a good one on Saturday. Coach, best of luck.
Thank you.
We'll have a complete recap on that game when we come back next week to the Robert McCullum Show.